love for
Kickstarter.com. Search new drink electronica stupid alien love. So ridiculous. My headphones came undone. That's why we took it. But we are back here with Kansas here on our big broadcast. People find music. How exactly this? Or do you want to find the? How do we find your music? Siena. Okay. He's a bound show. Fantastic. What is? We'll hang up with Siena. We'll go back to Siena. Oh, fantastic. Technical difficulties abound. Let's do this. Quit Skype. We'll quit Skype. Get Skype. That'll be so much fun. Did you notice that? Very cool hat. See if. Okay. There we go. Okay. It was just a technical difficulty. There we are.
All right.
Okay. So, how do people find your music?
You can find my music by easily going to my Instagram, Siena, Siena Music, and I have a link tree in my bio. There's my pre-save for Sass, my website link, and everything else for my TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, you are amazing. Tell us a little bit more about this this track, Sass.
Sass is, I would describe it as a really fun girls' night out party song. I hadn't heard one in a while, so I told my producer and co-writer, Don Meggs, why don't we write one? And we did. In about 30 minutes.
Why don't we write one? That's awesome.
Hell yeah. So we did a rough demo, and then I went back in and recut it. And he had his musicians play on it, and we sent off for mastering, and that was it. And we have some other good songs in the works as well for everyone. And but Sass, I just wanted to come out strong and have a party song.
That's awesome. It is Siena. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. So, you've got a lot of great things going on. Primarily, what is your form of social media that you primarily use?
The number one Instagram, Siena Music, SIEA, and then TikTok second, SIENA EAGLIA.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm looking at your Instagram. Some horses. You got a lot of stuff with horses. Talk me a little about your horses.
So I'm raising and training horses. I also raising, breeding horses. I was really into horses, English pleasure, and two really good babies or keep. See which ones make best. And I started to more road racing. I actually was going to tech studio if I did not be there. Got plans here. Much will be saying. But I had a passion with horses, being on them out in Mount Juliet. And I love them. Going to work cows and whatnot.
That's awesome. Now something else that I noticed, which I think is fantastic. You're all welder. That is amazing. Because I'll tell you, that is a soul that not a lot of people have.
Hey, I know fun. We're actually going to my team roping partner's house, go on a trail ride with Cole. I had stolen him, and he was sticking on the semi, and I said, "Is there?" And he said, "You want to try?" I said, "Sure." And I 18-wheeler time, and then I was like, "What else I make by well? This is kind of cool." So I started making horse dress. Oh, I've made some kind of thing. I don't know. Art, I think it's really cool. I still for a little bit, but I don't have a welding studio in Nashville yet. So that's been on hold. But yeah, I do a little welding here and there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a skill that more people. So
I get credit.
Well, and I make a lot of money. This whole singing thing work. You could definitely go into welding. Probably not have any from your it's a good skill. Yeah. So
on the sideboard.
Siena is with us today. She is fantastic. Go over to Instagram.com/music. Also, I notice that you are into guns, which I think is awesome. Tell me a little about that. There's this photo that has it's you at a pigtail, and you've got probably a small there. Tell me about this.
I get to firearms because he shooter for shotgun, and he also has shooting as well. But just kind of was fascinated about different types of guns. Was, working on a farm in Prim Spring, Tennessee. I loved them. And 2 girlfriends, already grad. He just brought all of them, just had them there, and we were just freaking no. But we were starting in the air, shot with our shotguns. So fun.
Well, I love all this stuff, and now, of course, you are expert. You are such to offend you by, but I'm interesting. You are quite the little perv, I have to say. And one of the things, a lot of these different have them on who attracted any restrainer to file the pieces with various shots on wonders. You got to keep them away from.
I mean, there are people that they only do these requests.
That's awesome.
You're so beautiful. I think it's slapped in
yes.
now. All the
well, before you go,
a music video in the works for Sass.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, some merchandise will be coming to the website. Doing small tours around Tennessee and even and Siena, maybe.
Yeah.
So, get too much.
Who are you and so much fun when you're new or what happened gets you back on?
I love that. Thank you. You as well.
Appreciate it. There she goes. The fantastic Siena. If you're listening to us live on our YouTube, Twitch, all that stuff, you will hear our next guest. If you are listening to us on the Quad Pod, you will hear that next guest next week. I like that idea. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I wish, as they say. Thanks for joining us this week here on the Quad Pod. We are going to go to our next guest who is going to join us here in just a few moments. They are going to be joining us. I think they're joining us early. So if we get them in early, we might be able to get them out earlier. I don't know. It is the Quad Pod. Thanks for joining us this week here. And we are going to go to Tyrant here in a few moments. They will be with us. They have a brand new track. They have all sorts of things going on. Tyrant, the lowest level. They are a heavy metal artist. And of course, somewhere in this incredible world, Larry D. Trent is going, oh no, not metal. So, Tyrant will be with us here in a few moments, and we will talk to them about all sorts of things. They are not tyrants, but they are named Tyrant. So there is that. They have a song called Pray for the Night. And we will go to that track here in just a few moments on our big program. We want to get them in here first. So let's get all this nonsense taken care of here. Let's get their music up, and then we will get to Tyrant. For whatever reason, which I already know why that is, my primary camera on the broadcast computer is not working today. And it is primarily because we had a mouse in the house, and Emmy Girl decided that she had to go get this mouse. And then she got excited because she caught the mouse. And then she made the mistake of letting the mouse go. And the mouse ran under the desk. And so because of that, we have all sorts of things going on over here by the broadcast computer. And because of that, well, we have the issue that we have with no camera on the production computer or on the broadcast computer. So, but you're not here for that. You're here for Tyrant, and we are going to go to Tyrant here in just a few seconds here on our big broadcast, and hopefully they are joining us via the magic of the old Skip Skype. Yes, the Skype-a-rooney. And let's see if Tyrant is there. I don't know if they can hear me. I don't know if I can hear them. There we are. Look at that. I've got you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How are you, my friend? Well, welcome to the big broadcast. So,
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Tyrant.
We're just a heavy metal band from Michigan, to put it simply, you know?
Heavy metal band from Michigan, to put it simply. Hey, I think that's awesome. I think that's fantastic. So, how did you guys get started doing the music thing? How did you guys get together as a group?
So, my brother and I, he's the drummer. We've been playing music our whole lives. You know, I started on violin when I was age 4, and I think he started on drums when he was, I think, 6. And so we've just been playing music our whole lives, and naturally we progressed into, you know, wanting to play rock and roll and heavy metal, and then we know Chuck, our guitar player. We've known him for a number of years. So when it came time to find a new lead guitar player, he was the first choice. And Sal, our bass player, you know, we actually found him on the internet, and we reached out to him to see if he wanted to play bass, and he was very excited about it. So that's kind of how we all came together, and we've all been playing music for pretty much our whole lives.
That is amazing. We have got Tyrant with us today. They join us live here on our broadcast. So, how'd you guys come up with this name, Tyrant?
So Andrew and I named the band when we were, I think, like 13 and 15, respectively, and you know, we just thought it was a really cool name because we've always been a fan of, like, one-word band names, you know, Metallica,
That's
Kiss,
right.
Pantera. And, you know, when we looked up the name, nobody had the copyrights for it, the trademark service marks, and so we took it.
Wow.
You know?
See, I'm amazed that had not been thought about up until...
I know. It's such an important step for bands, especially young bands, you know, because it really makes the difference, you know.
Yes. You guys lucked the fuck out.
Yeah, sure did. And we were surprised, too, because we went through a couple different names, and when we were, you know, all the and this one wasn't. We were like, let's go.
I follow fantastic that you get through the process, get through on this. Me just awesome 5-10 line. You gotta do it.
Yeah, I mean, a prime example is they it's really quickly. And there's a I don't know. And there were huge, so Ghost is actually legal.
Yeah.
You know, and it is just Ghost.
So, what was some of the process, the legal process, that really cool?
So, our instrumental protect the music and make it like all our is protected and the lyrics and it's pretty much reaching to DO, which is the United States, and it's a bunch of paperwork. And you know, like we do it for band names and stuff like that. Like it's in every 10 years. We did it like 2 years ago. It's paper and USPT.
I think that somebody know what they're doing. Not. That's fantastic. I'm glad. So.
Right around like 12 and 13, I was like, I just want to rock. And, you know, I just got really into rock and guitar. And, you know, because, like, ears under some instrument. It was
some great guests with us today. The band brings us the legal aspect. Mentioned with covered whistle. That's interesting. Well, you said something, you know, you had their name was and then.
So, the album artwork up in the album, on it all, but in the past, a ton of agreements involved, but communicating with them that they were owned by the band, to make the trades to introduce merch and so on. And really cool. Did the lowest level. You know, he was
awesome. Just to interview kind of has that's amazing. See a little bit about the scene where you.
so maybe to most and that's capital. I mean, we different. I know the cut down here is a handful to start with. And with the band, we can go. We've got a bunch of shit. There's a really, and it's big niche new metal, black and here. It's amazing.
God, great broadcast. Hype is. Tell some of his influence.
You can say something. Really like Sass. Obviously, if it's not obvious, if my influences, and I'm not saying I'm specific. Andrew and Chuck, our guitar player, he into like and.
That's awesome. He joins us live here, Graham. So we've been doing some craft fights and
is visiting our music, all of our merch, everything, and when the writers to us, less hands.
That's all that is we have
writing early 2020, and it's recording. But yeah, that song was inspired having. We were on tour, we were neighbor, kind of like in this weird. It was this. The days just kind of seemed to blend together, and we had song. It's thing.
A tyrant or on a briefly play that we're saying it. They are indeed saying it, and I got all sorts of things happening here that got multiple. For that is Tyrant, Pray for the Night, and it's here on your big broadcast. Coast to coast, border to border, it is the Quad Pod this week. We go back to Tyrant, and they join us live here on our big program. So, you guys have got some incredible music here. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
What is next for you guys as an artist?
Well, currently we're gonna do hopefully another new music video before the end of the year, and then I guess just keep writing music and tour as much as we can in 2023. Andrew and I were demoing some new song ideas maybe 2 weeks ago, and awesome. So yeah, just keep writing and play as much as we can.
So you guys amazing. Thank you. Go. How do people get on music and contribute to what you guys are doing on?
You got to do the shameless TikTok plug.
Great making this work.
Thank you.
That is amazing. Congratulations on all your success, and we will talk to you guys soon. Have yourself a wonderful one.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, brother. Go. Join us today. Podcast. Hey, yay. We'll see you next week.
Is what happened in 2020. You called the 2020 election corrupt, stolen, rotten, and rigged, and there was no evidence of any of that presented in a court of law or anywhere else, that any of those things are true. So why do you keep saying that?
Well, there's plenty of evidence. We had 740,000 ballots with no chain of custody. Those ballots shouldn't have been counted. We had election
Where is the
laws
evidence of that?
Dana, there's plenty of evidence. You can find it. I'm happy to send it to your team. The problem is the media won't cover it. And
we've covered this extensively, and what you just said has been debunked.
Only one side of it, Dana. The real issue, Dana, is that the people don't trust our elections. They haven't since 2000. I'm a reporter. I've been sitting on your side of the desk for a long time. And since 2000, we have Americans who don't trust our elections. In 2000, in 2004, they didn't trust the elections. In 2016, Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, and Hillary Clinton, everybody on the Democrat side said the election had problems.
Ms. Lake, there definitely has been some of that, but I want to say in 2000, Al Gore conceded. In 2004, John Kerry conceded. In 2016, Hillary Clinton conceded, and we didn't see that in 2020. That's the difference. And so the question is, are you undermining faith in elections by saying that the 2020 election was stolen when there's absolutely no evidence to support that?
Dana, in 2018, Stacey Abrams never conceded. She still hasn't. I don't hear CNN calling her an election denier. We have the right, and it's protected with our First Amendment, to question our government and to question elections.
No question
about that. We still have the First Amendment. Yep. We still have the First Amendment. And when you start seeing the media cancel people for questioning their government, then that's when we have a problem.
I totally agree about the First Amendment. You and I are benefiting from the First Amendment as we speak. So I couldn't agree with you more on that. I want to play.
Back here live on our big broadcast. We are live coast to coast and border to border on 50 plus AM FM stations across the country and around the world. Blake has been on the run for several months. Desperate to move on, he attempts to start a new life by moving on from his past. Although his ex-lover Amy has other ideas. Shatterproof is an action film that will have choreographed fight sequences by experienced film combat professionals. Love is a curious thing, and we're able to find out how far Amy will go to make Blake love her back. Using a 4K FPV drone and a 4K camera, we will film stunning footage from all sorts of different angles that a camera on a tripod won't be able to do on its own. Shatterproof has the potential to become a feature film along with its premiere at Aiders Entertainment International Film Screening 2022 on the 28th of September in Bedford, England. Go over to KICKSTARTER.com. Search Shatterproof.
Positive hip-hop music, you know?
That's awesome.
So, yeah, basically, you know, my music has either a positive message or it has a party feel. We just really like to kick out a positive vibe with our music, and it's music anybody can listen to.
That's awesome. So, how did you get started doing the music thing, my friend?
I started when I was super young. Just always was amazed by the way that rappers could remember so many words in a song. And, you know, I always had a really good memory. So I was like, wow, this is something I could do. I always loved music, loved people, entertaining, you know. So I figured I'd take a stab at it.
That's awesome. So there wasn't this big ingenious plan. It was just, hey, this is cool. I think I'm gonna try that.
Well, it was just something that
awesome.
never went away. You know, like a lot of times when you're an artist, you know, your best friends, your family, everybody kind of feels like you're a bit strange, and you are. You know, you just kind of you look at the world a little bit differently. You know, so and the thing about being an artist is you also can, when you're in the presence of another artist, you can feel it, you know, like so it's just a way to express yourself, to help people. It's very creative, and you know, we really like to send out a positive vibe and make people happy. I mean, you could be having the most horrible day, but you know, sometimes if you listen to the right song or whatever, it can turn your day around, you know, and that's
awesome.
what we like to do here. I say we, my producer / my young disciple, Lil Hang, we're a 2-man show. So, and number one, I want to thank you for having me on the show. I want to thank Brower Entertainment for making this radio interview possible. But yeah, it's really all love, you know.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes. We wanted to come out. Go ahead.
So, what are some of your goals with doing all this?
Well, it's like right now we're reaching our goals. You know, I always wanted to be a national recording artist, so that's in the works. We're getting radio airplay, FM. They call it terrestrial now. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. So just to get it, you know, as far as that goes, the goal is to send a positive message and help people, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how far do you think you can take this thing?
Hey, we're going to take it as far as we can go. You know, one of my personal goals has always been to get a Grammy. So that's on the horizon, hopefully.
That's awesome.
And just be worldwide. That's why the name of my album is Worldwide Flows. You know, we want our music to be worldwide. We think it's a positive force in the universe, and that's what we're trying to do.
That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. He joins us live here in the broadcast. The group Buzz T and Little Hang, which, by the way, if you want to get a look at their website, it is buzztandlittlehang.com. That's buzztandlillhang.com. And that website, by the way, is amazing. Whoever built that website for you guys did an excellent job. That thing is amazing.
Well, thanks for that plug, Jiggy. You know, you let me know if there's anything that, you know, we can do for you as well. You know, we appreciate all the love that we're getting right now. And, you know, we try to send that love back. You know, we're out here to do something different, do something positive, and it's working for us.
Yes. Oh, my God, it is. Oh, my God, it is. So, who are some of your musical heroes and influences?
I would say, you know, I've been influenced by people like, we'll say Dr. Dre, Nipsey Hussle, Ice Cube, J. Cole, Jay-Z, a little bit of Common, you know, a little bit of Kanye, anybody that's sending out a positive message, right? Because, you know, what you put in is what you get back. You know what I mean? So
yes,
we're always trying to keep it positive, you know, keep our circle clean. And that's what we try to do. It's like you are influenced by what you see and what you hear. So that's what we focus on trying to do. So yes, I love hip hop in general. If it's positive hip hop, or, you know, I mean, I listen to all styles of music, and that's what we kind of live, and that's what we do.
So we are going to do this. You guys have got some incredible stuff going on.
Well, thank you, Jake.
When I checked out your YouTube, it sent me to Little Hang's YouTube. Tell me a little bit about some of the stuff that you guys have on YouTube.
Well, we create everything ourselves, right? So we don't claim to be number one at everything, but we're getting better every day. So as far as our videos, we make the videos. I mean, if we come up with an idea, we make the videos. If we come up with a song, we make the music. If we're kind of doing our things, our way that fit us. We're not trying to be something that we're not. And the universe is kind of responding.
That's awesome. It is a great guest with us today. Joins us live here on our big broadcast. So we are going to play Purple Plane here in a few. Tell me a little bit about...
Good choice.
Tell me a little bit about this track, my friend.
Okay, so basically, during COVID, you couldn't really travel anywhere, right? So we were kind of stuck. But the first, like Lil Hang, he's half British. And we wanted to get over and see his family, but we kind of had to wait till COVID was over. So as soon as we could get on a plane, we went to Britain, and I had never been overseas before, so I was really just kind of blown away. So we flew out of Columbus, Ohio here, and then we flew to New York, and we caught Virgin Atlantic. And so when we got on the plane, they had all these purple LED lights, and it was just amazing. If you've never been in a Virgin Atlantic plane, but the customer service was incredible. And, it was just very exciting because I had never been to England. So it was like my basic synopsis on walking you through my trip. We went to
That's awesome.
The Queen's Palace, and, saw her castle with the flag was up, which meant she was there. Just everything, the 2-story buses, just the way the differences from the United States and England. But it was the people were very nice, kind, and over there in England there wasn't any. I found it interesting. There was no guns or anything. I was like, well, how do they do that? But I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing, So it was awesome. a great trip. Yeah, it was a great trip.
I am going to do this because I want to get this song in before we run out of time, my friend. So I'm going to place you on.
That's what the song's about.
I'm going to place you on a brief hold. We're going to play the song, and then we're going to come back to you. Great guest here today, and let's go to this incredible track. It is here on our big program. We are live coast to coast and border to border, coast to coast, and get a hold of us online at jiggyjaguar.com. It is Purple Plane. We are going to attempt to play it right now.
Buzz T, I'm coming with that Euro flow. Yeah. Now I'm in England, I'm about to explode. I'm driving down the left side of the road. I'm chilling with Lil Hang, we in our European mode. We in our European mode. Now I'm in England, it's about to explode. I'm driving down the left side of the road. I'm chilling with Lil Hang, we in our European mode. Okay. We in our European mode. When I was on my way last Saturday, stopped in New York, got on a purple plane. I know that sounds insane, of course. I was wondering what's gonna happen next. They bought me chicken teriyaki and a Bex. I said, is it free? She said, you on Virgin Atlantic, Buzz T. I said, then make it a double. Man, this whole purple plane is in trouble. Yeah, now I'm in England. I'm about to explode. Okay, I'm driving down the left side of the road. Yeah, I'm chilling with Lil Hang, we in our European mode. Okay. We in our European mode. Now I'm in England. and I'm about to explode. What? I'm driving down the left side of the road. Yeah, I'm chilling with Lil Hank, we in our European mode. Yeah, we in our European mode. Yeah. I'm just chilling at the pub, nothing but love, buzz tea, you see. Every time I sit down, I drink brew and tea. All these people just feel like just family, and it's always raining, but I ain't never complaining. I get on a 2-story bus, everybody wanna jam with us. Yeah, and it feels good to be abroad today. It's like now I'm in England. Okay, I'm about to explode. Yeah, I'm driving down the left side of the road. Yeah, I'm chilling with Lil Hang. Lil Hang. Yeah, we in our European mode. Yeah, now I'm in England and I'm about to explode. What? I'm driving down the left side of the road. Yeah, I'm chilling with Lil Hang. We in our European mode. Yeah, we in our European mode. Yeah. You know what? If you ain't ever been to England, maybe you should take a trip, though. Yeah, listen up, mate. It's time to celebrate. We in our European mode.
That is Purple Plane. It is our guest. We are live coast to coast. We are doing the damn thing, as they say. And apparently my camera needs to be adjusted. So, we are going to do that. So here's this. An incredible new marketing partner with us today at Transmedia Worldwide. Before we do that, thanks for listening to us today here on 50 Plus. AM, FM stations across the country and around the world. Also iHeartRadio as well. KFRK in Denver. And you can get a hold of us online at JiggyJaguar.com. A Kickstarter campaign live, and they need your help to go. It's incredible. This is basically production new. Kickstarter.com. Search. New. There we are. Okay. We are live. We are coast, border to border. Can join us a few moments on to them. And you can hold us sign at JiggyJaguar.com. That is, of course, Jiggy Jam. And you can find us on the mic.fun as well. Get a hold of us. Just see what we are all about. Hollywood Nightmare. Just a few moments. The Nightmare with us today. So, Jim, go tell me a little about Hollywood Nightmare.
This is Sass from Nightmare. This is Dax from Hollywood Nightmare. This is Luke from Hollywood Nightmare.
Awesome.
Well, Singer is currently somewhere doing his thing, but
Fantastic. Fantastic. So how did Hollywood Nightmare get started?
Well, it started back in 2017. That's when I started writing for this band, and later in 2018, I had the full lineup, the first original lineup of Hollywood Nightmare, which has me, Kyle, and Luke in this lineup already. And we shot a music video for Influence for Confidence, and that was our thing.
Fantastic.
We pretty much started playing gigs in that lineup ever since then.
Hollywood Nightmare with us today. They join us live here on our big program. So what are some of the, I'll just go around the horn here with you guys. I'm sure all you guys have a different answer for this, but who are some of your musical heroes and influences?
I'll start off with this one. I'd say the post-hardcore metalcore scene that was around 2012 was a big influence on me. Specifically, like bands. I guess the first actual band that I heard that was screamo or whatever you want to call it was Confide, and I heard that and I was like, "Whoa, what is this stuff?" And I was like a little kid. And then that's what got me into wanting to play this music. And then some of my influences to more of the specific type of music was Of Mice and Men, Bring Me the Horizon, let's see. And then I went a little heavier after that, and I started getting into Chelsea Grin and a lot more of the deathcore Lorna Shore stuff. But that's me.
Well, I started with Linkin Park as my primary band to listen to when I was a kid, and later on in my life, I started getting into metalcore and deathcore side of the music, Parkway Drive, and back then it was a lot of deathcore stuff. In 2015, 2016, I moved from Korea to U.S. and slowly getting into this gent movement, like bands like Meshuggah, Periphery, Volumes, a lot of this very technical guitar playing things. I think that was a big thing back in the day, and I pretty much pick up all the techniques from the friends that I'm playing music with at Musicians Institute, and made a lot of fantastic friends and musicians that are from all over the world in Hollywood. But my influence is probably Ingrid Malmsteen as one of the Shredder, Kim Henson, Misa Manson, and Intervals.
For me, I got into music. I was actually at high school, and I heard someone play guitar, and I walked up to him and I asked him about it. And then I tried it out, and I went home, and we got like this old, jacked up looking little electric guitar, which I played most of the time. And then I started listening to more I got into like Linkin Park, especially like the album Minutes to Midnight. I got old Asking Alexandria, Bullet, and stuff like that. So I played like mostly around that genre and everything. And when I moved out here in 2019, me and Scott already have met like online. So I moved out here and started getting into more like the heavier stuff like Wage War, Suicide Silence, like all those type of things. So that's basically how I got into music.
That's awesome. Well, we have got some great guests with us today. Hollywood Nightmare joins us. We find it online.
You can find it pretty much anywhere. You guys know if it's Spotify, it's Apple Music, all on platform. A brand new music video that was released on YouTube. You guys can check. And you can also give us other music pretty soon. It's for our song, which is on our new album. So, yeah, we have a date for when that will be, but...
Fantastic. Great guest with us today. Nightmare joins us here on our program. So, we have a plan for the rest of like months left here in the year.
Well, we definitely want to have a couple rest of the song. We also have a show in Santa Ana on Saturday at Malone Stages. As you can see, I've changed their name recently. After that, we are planning writing some more new material. So when we come back next year, we'll be starting playing a lot of fresher tunes. And
yeah, and check it out on our website, nightmareofficial.com. Spotify, there's a little section that has tour dates and all our show dates.
Fantastic. Well, we have got just amazing presentation. Tell me a little bit about this track.
Well, I have two drunk stories. The first one was back when 2020. I was trapped out of my own house, seeing myself onto Twitch, like to guitar. And one of those days, a day that I had years, and I was so music and like onto talent. And that mentality, you start producing bigger sweat. It got pretty. Later on, I showed he decided to put this in our album Inferno. So that was the progress of the song. Time we just and we decided to go. I don't like because it's like they had a manager taking the idea of using female in the music video, and the band started brainstorming this whole idea into a very music video that we can see the first video we've ever done in our career.
It's unexpected.
Yeah, and another little thread is that kind of each album or whatever you want to call it with it. So back in the day was Scary AF, and then as it came to the drink of choice became other reason why they all changed to Temptation.
We're going to do this. I'm going to brief hold. We're going to play the song, come back, and talk to the band more. Hollywood Nightmare coming up right now.
To hesitate, like go give in to me. I feel that what we need is more intimacy, and if that's the case, then this is the place that we will give in to temptation. No need to hesitate, like go give in to me.
That is Temptation. We have got Hollywood Nightmare back with us here on our big broadcast. So, guys, this song is tremendous. What is next for you guys in the music business?
We are just continuing to write, trying to follow up, with even better, bigger and better stuff. We have, like we said, shows coming up that we're doing, and the only difference is that we're thinking about focusing more on individual songs and releasing, 2 or 3 at a time, and giving them more attention, maybe giving more of our songs music videos, and things like that. But yeah, that's what's next.
Fantastic. Well, you guys are amazing. I really enjoyed chatting with you today, and I look forward to talking to you guys more down the road. And thanks for coming on, and we will talk to you guys soon. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
it,
you so
gentlemen.
much.
Appreciate it. There they go. That is Hollywood Nightmare. They join us today here via the magic of the telephone. And that is that. We will see you next week here on our big program.
Welcome
It is a fantastic next edition of our big program. We are going to go to our next guest. They are going to join us this week here via the magic of the old Skype. We will go to them here in just a few moments. Thanks for joining us here on our big program. Welcome back to our big broadcast. We are live on iHeartRadio today, 50-plus AM/FM stations across the country and around the world. You can also find us at JiggyJaguar.com. We have got a brand new marketing partner with us today here at Transmedia Worldwide. It's an incredible new Kickstarter campaign. Go to KICKSTARTER.com. Search Sass, the animation. That's right, it's an anime telling the story of Sass, a young woman who can travel through the reality of every living entity. It has got an amazing story. Go over and back this project at KICKSTARTER.com. Search the animation that comes from live hot on money right now. Tell them you heard about it here. Transmedia Worldwide, back this project right now. Back here live on our breast here on iRadio. All spots on Periscope and Facebook is all play stations around the world iHeartRadio as well. Get a hold of us, FK and there. We have got a brand new marketing partner to Transmedia Worldwide. You're going to want to get in. You're going to write this on your campaign. An incredible crowdfunding campaign. Amazing things. It's Go app, find best and disco for you. New fresh idea. You tickets, the app. Disco reads. This is amazing. Sit down and need some yonder money right now. Or to GoFund / the B11 the letter C the 1 F the number 2 and the letter A. The City and here back here live on our big broadcast. All 50 AM stations across the world. You got a hold on at JIGUR.com. A brand new post today. It's video worldwide. These folks are hiding, and we're excited about them. We need a help name. Hot money over at GG.me/haircut. These folks are doing some amazing things. We don't want to go into any detail on the radio. We'd like to go over and check this out today. It is absolutely GG.me/ET/home. So they go over and help. Let's get this up and let's go get this hot help out today. There ain't tell you about it. Well, we'll go to work carefully, and we'll get in here. I believe got us.
How's it going?
Welcome to the broadcast, my friend.
Doing all right.
Talk to us a bit about, first of all, production and myself.
Guys started this project a few years ago, kind of where what I love every about one kind of big.
Fantastic.
The ocean line, and from we kind of get
So a little bit about how we find out on everything.
Oh, well, anywhere that you need to go with thematicnarwhal.net, and then also on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all the socials. You know, we got all that covered. So just research the @Nomadic Narwhal, and you'll find it.
Fantastic. Nomadic Narwhal with us today. They join us here this week here on the Quad Pod. And so Nomadic Narwhal, tell us a bit about this name. Why did you decide to name it this way?
Well, it wasn't taken. That was the starter. With it. I wanted to find something that was just myself, and then I could just go ahead and just go, just not have to worry about opinions from any kind of other members or anything like that. And then so that was kind of the nomadic way, and then really try to theme it around ocean. So what better way than the unicorn of the sea, right? So I was looking around for that and didn't really find much, took it and went off from there.
That's awesome. That is fantastic. Nomadic Norwal with us today. They join us live here on our big program. So tell me a little bit about the music scene where you're from, my friend.
It's pretty eclectic. There's all kinds of stuff from just soft rock to jazz, blues, and all that around here, which is really awesome. The community is pretty tight-knit. There seems to be 3 different types of cliques when it comes down to Dayton: North Dayton, Central, and South. And when they all come together, it's pretty special.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
it is. Awesome. It is Nomadic Norwal with us today. They join us live here on the big program. So tell me about some of your musical heroes and influences.
I guess an influence of mine, somebody that I discovered rather recently, was this guy called Daniel Pemberton. Now, he's a music composer, and he actually scored like the Into the Spider-Verse and Enola Holmes.
That's
and,
awesome.
Yeah, films like that, which was just pretty crazy. But listening to some of those films, he has some of this found sound, a sound that's not necessarily an instrument, but he uses it as such. And I've found a lot of inspiration through that and tried to incorporate that into a lot of the nomadic stuff later on in the album. That's one. And, others were, just kind of standard composers from, way back when. So Dvorak and other composers from the Romantic area, and then, modern metal, of course.
Fantastic. It is a great guest with us today. Nomadic Norwal joins us this week here on the Quad Pod, talking a little bit about their music. We're also going to play some of their music here in just a few as well. So where can people find your guys' music online and make purchases and all these things?
Well, again, you can go to any of your favorite socials and find us there. And then, of course, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, the list goes on and on with where you can get things through Deezer and all the streaming services, really.
That's
awesome. That, and then, of course, the website, nomadicnarwhal.net. It's not beautiful yet, but it's getting there. I'm working on it. I'm not a website designer.
Nomadic Norwal with us today. So tell us about Atlas. We're going to play this here in a few moments.
Oh, awesome. Atlas was the 3rd song I ever wrote for Nomadic. So that one, basically, I really wanted an interesting kind of an intro and to try to make some kind of a build into an epic vibe. Really wanted to kind of catch the mystery and the wonder in the ocean itself into one song.
Fantastic.
That was the idea.
Well, we are going to do this. I'm going to place you on a brief hold here on Skype. We are going to play this track, and I will be right back with you after it. It is Nomadic Norwal. It is Atlas. That is Normatic Norwal. That is Atlas. And that is a great, great artist. We go back to Normatic Norwal. They join us this week here via the magic of the old Skype. Yes, the old Skype, Rooney. Normatic Norwal with us today. So tell me a little bit about how you make music like we just heard. That is amazing. It's an amazing track.
Oh, thank you very much. Really, it's a giant study in theory and then really working on guitar. So just trying to kind of rip out and trying to find something that I really like and then trying to make it into a direction story-wise that I can try to wrap my head around, if that makes any sense. So if I want something to sound a little bit more mystical, I'm going to try to research on how I can actually do that theoretically and try to apply that and new knowledge onto the fretboard and put that back onto the keys and mix a little bit of orchestra in it and see if I can make something happen with that, basically.
That is amazing.
Sounds ridiculous, I understand, but it's a lot going on.
Well, there is a lot going on. So tell me a little bit about the concept of, with your music. How long does it take for you to put your music together?
It can take sometimes up to a few weeks, and sometimes you can actually knock it out in just a few days. It just, it's like any kind of songwriting. So if you're really in the flow, and things can just fall into place. There's other times to where you kind of listen back to it, like, let's try something different and really try to mangle it a little bit better so that way it can hit the listener's ear a little bit better. So it just kind of depends. So you really got to listen back and think about the listener if you really want to show it off to people.
That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. Joins us live here on our big, big program. Just amazing stuff. Normatic Norwal with us today. So how do people get in touch with you guys on social media?
Oh, just shoot us a message anywhere. So just look up at Nomadic Narwhal, and then also you can shoot an email through the contact form on the website, and I'll be there.
It is Normatic Norwal. They're with us today here on our big, big program. So what are some of your plans for the next few months heading into the new year?
Oh, well, I actually have the rest of the record dropping, so I just dropped 3 more songs on Friday, which are doing okay. So I have 6 more after that. So in November, we'll hear 3 songs, and then in December, we'll hear 3 more after that. Then in the next year, I'm trying to get this show on the road and hire some other musicians to play out live and fix up this band and start going regional and national after that.
That's awesome. That is tremendous. We have got Normatic Norwal with us today. They join us live here on our big, big program. So we have got another track that we are going to play here in just a few moments. Tell me a little bit about Maverick.
I love Maverick, and I'm very happy that you're playing it. Maverick was a connection piece, really. So the first few songs off the record was supposed to be about the sunlight zone, basically the bit of the ocean atmosphere that we all know and are all most familiar with. Kind of use a track to go from there to another place deeper, if you will. It's supposed to be more of a story. And then when you actually hit a different space atmospherically, you should be able to hit something that's a little bit more magical. So I really wanted to try to catch that sense. That was the idea behind it.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to do this. I'm on a hold here on Skype. We're going to play this track. It is amazing, and we are going to do it here on our big program. It is called Maverick. That is Normatic Norwal, and they join us this week here on our big broadcast. So, as we wrap up here with Normatic Norwal, we go back to them on the old Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney. So, how do people buy your music, get involved with what you're doing, all that, my friend?
That's a Bandcamp. Again, on the website, nomadicnorwal.net. You can get through all the usual channels with that.
Fantastic.
So I also have a link tree and all the bios and all the socials and everything. So it's pretty easy to find. Just, go through the channels and all the bios on your favorite socials and you can find it.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on and chatting with us. And we will talk to you soon, my friend. I really appreciate you making time. And we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, buddy. See you
Appreciate
later.
it. There he goes. Normatic Norwal with us today here on our big program. So that is that. We will see you next week. To this week's edition of our big program, we are going to go to our guest for this show, Mark Mangold. He is going to be joining us here on the big program. So we are going to go to Mark Mangold, and we are going to ring the group. Because, of course, you always have to ring the group when you're doing the Skype, the old Skype. You got to ring the group. So we will get with Mark Mangold here in just a few seconds, calling Mark Mangold. And I think Mark Mangold may have joined us here in our program.
Yes, I think I did.
Mark, how are you, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good.
I'm putting my headphones, you guys.
So, Mark, you have been a busy bee, my friend. Tell me a little bit about some of the different things that have been recently.
Today, I got my car fixed. I got new tires. Quickly. It's been kind of busy, though. Today has been kind of quiet. The Keys record is out. We're very excited about that.
Yes.
That's a keyboard record that I did a great singer called Siena. So that seems to get some very nice response to Keys. I mean, there's guitar sounds on it, generated with keyboards, and we just kind of went crazy. Charlie Calv, another keyboard player, Angel helped out some bits. So, we went a little arcade to play everything with keyboards.
So why did you guys decide to do this? Because this is a cool idea.
Because we're crazy. I mean, I was in a band, American Tears, in the 70s, and it was, a keyboard trio. Yeah. I seem to have been, for some reason, just into keyboard sounds, and I wanted to do this record, with all keyboards. I don't play guitar, I think guitar, but now with some of these amazing plugins, I can sound like guitar as well. So we wanted to get that there. The idea was born out of a vision. I had about 6 a.m, 3 saxophones, 3 keyboard players on stage with Hammonds and Mellotrons and pianos, and just a great singer and a great drummer.
That's awesome.
Just running around like maniacs playing keyboards. So that's, it's not inexpensive to do that. It is pretty spectacular, but hopefully at some point we'll be able to.
Well, it sounds just fantastic. I think it's amazing. One of the things that I've always liked more of is because they make something so strange that don't incorporate this.
Well, which kind of says James Christian was of a song. It's like more tapestries and not. Well, it's all on the Mac computer these days, so it's very accessible.
Yes.
But big tapestries, not one bunch of instruments that create this.
What is that? I just clearly tell what they were going for and what they were doing, which was like it's.
There was a time when drive rock is really it's House of Lords. Fortunately, as well.
Great. It's great. And it's like
we're trying out. We didn't know, and a signature and a genre is out of it, and that's kind of the fight that we have right now, is trying to be original and trying to get away with originality with the labels. And I was very fortunate, again, with the House of Lords, that Christian House of Lords are able to kind of do what they want in a way, within certain limitations, but you can kind of be creative and do what you want, as opposed to where it's got to sound like it's got to be 4 minutes, and it's just completely turned into this genre that has squeezed all the life out of originality. So that's kind of that's the keys. Those songs are, it's almost like goth, and I love guitar. After any keyboards getting, a lot of that is happening on the Keys record, within the context of, I hope, choruses. He's an amazing writer. Siena, he's just written a number of hit songs. There's a lot of going on these records, which not fitting into any, people maybe they're calling it prog, only because, but I mean, we have our new singles, which I think, 80s AOR, so it's done with weird sound you haven't heard before. Yeah. But still, caution is really 80s a lot, but it doesn't. Some people calling it prog. Labels, I just think shit.
Oh yeah, I love all labels. I run it out. I run it. There's always these labels, like in radio, you want to be a, or you be a C or AC. Like it's an temporary.
Can't you get the country?
all this nonsense, all these labels, and I don't know. It's because we get people distracted, or I just don't like stuff. Strange.
In the 70s, came out, and Hendrix came out, and Led came out, and then Jethro Tull came out playing flute. I mean, people trying to be creative. And the record labels weren't owned by corporations. They were just, there was an interview with Frank Zappa, which was, so it was old guitarists who didn't, and threw in the walk on it.
Yes.
And then all the people came, the young, thinking that they knew everything, and started chasing the genres, all the life take of it.
But
we all care, just for that 70s. and
Well, I just always fight with stuff, and I just... I've got Mark Mangold with us today. He joins us live here on our big broadcast. So, tell me a little bit about some of this, because we're going to play some of these. I've got a link here. When Shadows Fall, our track. Tell me a little.
When Shadows Mine, it starts out doing various directions. And mind, I mean, I try to. A bunch of people was busy, but no one could play on it, so I just had to go into my. I'm going to be and it was started out with Catch about skating.
That's awesome. I've heard.
DC have been, people are simple. I was back in the time, maybe if I ever get busy.
I've heard of dueling people. I've heard of more.
You get a and you can just do any keyboards.
We go and run into a war. So, but I'm gonna do this. We shot a brief hold here on this track, and when we come back, we have Mark Mangold. It is the list. It is Keys, and it is here on our big program. That is When Shadows Fall, and that is Keys. And we are going to go back to Mark Mangold. He is going to be back with us. We're going to rejoin Mark here on our big program. That track is like a roller coaster of sound. That thing is amazing. You have all the instruments, and then you have the actual singing kick in. That is amazing.
Thank you.
You guys should be damn proud of yourselves. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
you
when can we buy all of these? When is this out?
It's available. It's all on Amazon.
Okay.
Or Spotify. Actually, originally it was a little hard finding the record because it's Keys, but we actually gave the album a name, When Shadows Fall, now. So when you search Keys When Shadows Fall, it's going to come up. It's got different Amazon sites, and Spotify.
It's fantastic. I always love having you on because you have great music and you always have a fantastic attitude in conversation with me. So I appreciate that. So what is next for you guys now? And what next for you?
Because I'm so pissed off usually. It's strange that I come up with it. I mean, that's one of the good things about some of these records and Keys, because I'm able to vent some of the rage as to what's on in the world. So
yes.
Maybe I think I would go crazy if I didn't have the music to express it, So.
Well, what is next for you as an artist, my friend?
Right now, we're really promoting Keys. We got a single coming out, Good Times.
Okay.
House of Lloyds just came out last month, and that's a whole different world. That's on Frontiers Records. And with that, it's a lot easier for me because, Frontiers is a great promotional machine. And, I just got a call from James to, do I have any songs? Can I help out? And we worked, and things just snowballed into me playing keyboards for the band and writing 8 songs on the record, it turned out, which was weird. And then he just amazingly was so dedicated to make them sound great.
Yes.
And sing them wonderfully and, allow them to be what they kind of were supposed to be. But that's kind of is doing its own thing. I don't have to be involved too much in that. And also has just released a new video, Frozen Mound. We can't play. We've been releasing, I think we got 8 videos now. This might be our best. Again, it's kind of dark, lying on frozen ground. So I ask people to check that out as well.
That's awesome. Well, you are amazing as always, friend. I look forward to chatting with you soon. And thanks for chatting with us. And thanks for coming back on the program. And we'll talk to you soon.
My pleasure. I look forward to people checking it out.
Definitely. Well, Mark, you are fantastic. And I will talk to you soon, my friend.
It was great.
Appreciate it, brother. That's a fantastic Mark Mangold with us today. And that is going to wrap up this edition of our big program. We will inevitably, as they always say, see you next time. I believe the term is we'll see you next. Our program, we'll see you next time because it's peace and chicken grease. As we continue on here for a fantastic day. Thank you for joining us. Back lots of stuff. Like honor looking. But it is, as they say. It is! But it is! That song, that music that I just used, holy shit, that's insane, and that's busy. Okay, Linton Woolsey. He is, been gently, there you go. Yes, he's in this live on our big broadcast host. And board on iHeartRadio today, and also a radio broadcast, as well as our good friends over the pod. We go, next guest. Can you hear my friend?
Yes, sir. I sure can. How are you?
Usually when sitting behind me. So, let yourself. Give us an introduction, my friend, and fill it in on all greatness.
Well, my name is Clint. I'm with the Southern rock band called Siena, and based out of Nashville, Tennessee here.
Siena, when the world you guys get started for folks that are have been in rock for the last years and haven't heard of Stone, that kind of give some detail on Siena.
Well, I guess about 2000, and it's a 60s band, and the majority of members all live in Meridian, Mississippi. We met up here in Nashville. Nashville is kind of the hub, for songwriting and a lot of musicians and all that stuff, man. And so we met up there and started to really just want to start a band, man, and try and make a living at it. You know what I mean? And so just been at it ever since, and just been getting busier and busier each year,
That's awesome.
Thankfully.
That's awesome. Now, you guys have put together a lot of great music. You guys have been out there making all sorts of things happen. Talk to me a little bit about this latest record.
Man, let's see here. We had a single that went out a little over a week ago called Always Never Fades. And it's on all the streaming sites and all that good stuff. And it's part of an EP that just came out this past Friday called Dawn. And to really make things confusing, this EP is part of a full 13-song album called Between the Dark and the Light, and the full album will be out by the end of the year here. And
so why did you plan things this way? Why did you guys make it even so confusing that the guys in the band are trying to get this figured out?
I know, right. We like to make things as confusing as possible. We were really just trying to build our streaming audience, and your social media, or our social media, and all that stuff, and. I mean, we strictly just like year, man. We were offered real years, man. So we were doing well over 200 shows a year, all across the country.
Wow.
And so really, we have a great team together with our management, our record label, and stuff. And they're just really trying to they an opportunity to build up our stream audience and all that. So they kind of slow the release and all stuff, But it seems like it's working pretty good, and and there's always some new music coming out. Every couple months and all that. So,
well, actually, in a roundabout way, you guys have done a pretty good deal, because you guys have plenty of music out all the time.
Yeah. In the past, the first two records, it all went out with a lead single, and then it was out there. You know what I mean? And so then obviously you got to start planning on doing the next one and writing for it and recording it and all that stuff. And it's so this one gives us a little bit more time, and like you said, there's always music out there,
I think it's great, man. That's great. Stone Senate with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. So a little bit about the band and how you guys got started.
Well, let's see here. James Edwards is. We've got two lead guitar players. It's almost kind of like a Skinner type feel. You know what I mean? Being a Southern rock band and stuff, we obviously love Leonard Skinner and the Allman Brothers Band and all that stuff. So the two lead guitar players, James Edwards and Ted Hennington, and then on drums we got David Zettler. On bass guitar we've got Kieran Cronley. And then on harmonica and selling merch, Chris Sauerbrei.
That's awesome.
So we're a 6-piece rock and roll band from the South, man. Trying to make it all happen.
So tell me a little bit about some of the different people you've worked with over the years.
Man, we've been really lucky over the years and stuff. We started doing a lot of the motorcycle rallies, and so we had the opportunity to open up for Styx and Collective Soul a couple years ago out there in Sturgis. Wow. And
that's pretty badass.
Man, I'm sorry.
That's pretty badass.
Oh yeah, man. We're all big fans of both bands. You know what I mean? So that was really cool. Man, we just opened for Little Texas a couple weeks ago.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
Out in and stuff. And, I'm trying to think of everybody. Really, we've played with several country music artists and a lot of the classic rock artists, a few of the new active rock artists and stuff out there. And so the cool thing about this band is that being Southern rock, you kind of get a lot of country music fans, but you also get a lot of rock fans or classic rock fans or active rock. So it's a very diverse crowd that we had shows, which is really cool on the mobile side.
I think fantastic. You guys are having that impact and all.
Yeah, I'm busy constantly. You know what I mean? Always traveling and really our whole side can match pain the word as much.
Acts off of the on our program.
Okay, he's got a hell of a resume, man. From and everything together and ideal all in all songs.
Yes, I'm going to do this. Put you on a break. Come back. We have got more here. Guest.
This fall is taken so low. I'm going out in the rain, easily trying to hide. 'Cause I felt you are slipping through my world. And I had these moments, beautiful view from here. And now you're gone, an old sad song plays on and on. But here I am, just listening all alone. Gone, just taking it all away. Lost in a million ways. Just reaching out, I'm going down in the rainy season, empty without, 'cause we've been too dry. I'm going down in the rainy season, empty without, while only trying to hide. I'm going down in the rainy season, empty without, 'cause we've been too dry. I'm going down in the rainy season, empty without, while only trying. I'm going down in the rainy season, empty without, 'cause we've been too dry. I'm going down in the rainy season, empty without, while only trying to hide.
That is amazing. That is Days, and it is Stone Senate. We are going to go back to the old Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney, and Clinton is with us back here on our big program. I'll tell you, you guys are pretty fantastic. That song was amazing.
Thank you so much for saying that. That's really kind of you, brother. Thank you.
So, how exactly does somebody book you? Because I've got 2 or 3 venues I know would want to book you. How the hell do people book you for shows?
You know what? A lot of folks go through our website. a booking agency about a year ago called the Conway Entertainment Group here in Nashville.
Okay.
And before that, man, I booked everything, for years, man. Yeah, so it was really nice, man, to get some help with it and stuff, But our Senate.com has got all that information. Man, we love coming out there and play.
Tell you, Dick, and before we let you go, how do you put your music in something better?
Well, let's see. We're on all the streaming platforms, and we're on social media, Facebook. Let's see, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I had to give, and then of course StoneSenate.com has got all the stuff.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on our broadcast, and we will talk to you soon. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you, man.
You too. Time on me, brother.
Definitely. Have a wonderful day. From Stone Senate, enjoy our big program. So that wraps it up here from this edition of our program. We will see you next week. I'm getting real tired of the playing games with the keyboards. Get a hold of us online at JiggyJaguar.com. This is your next edition of the Quad Pod. Thanks for joining us here on our big program. So, we are going to go to our next guest. They are going to join us. Martin. It's our big I don't know. I can't.
Yeah,
we're up that is. Well, a little here. So, well, go ahead. Introduction.
Well, we're Montreal based in Canada, all the way up north. Yeah, been together. Early dog did and it so happens that in 2019, before there's a side project can remain we kept good. As far as I said goes, I mean, we'd be pretty much along the same lines as back Black Simple Minds. This is kind of the kind of stuff in and yeah, four of sing and there's guitar and on bass, and we have I think we have a
except you
airplay. So I thought I did some write-ups about our really got here. So, but what and we know where we're coming. We tried to add our own modern tone, individual foot. So before us, we have a new light thing. But I think I mentioned that we also differ in a lot of in a lot of aspects that I find it brings our own each our own individuality to the project and adds to the whole.
We have got those. So what has been some of the
as I was saying before, we got a lot of comparisons with the cult, with the Bunny, and people say that we have an addict, something that would, fit a movie, a TV show. So I the guy and the girl make up as they're one of them about to board a plane, and I said, please,
that is awesome.
You can have something, not all on the same, which is something that I really like because some of them says more central, but have some here biting, darker, like more like film noir. So I think there's a lot of potential because something for more street, so something for people who like Giro, March, and that got more alternative.
That's awesome. So we're going to play on a brief, and we're going to play a couple, or we're going to play a track, and then come back and talk about it. So a brief hold from the Ember Goes. This one play is Tomorrow's
Lights are in the room and it's quiet. You need to be back my daddies. So real silence here. It's a lack of sound. But tomorrow's the day. Things turn around. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. sounds. But tomorrow's the day things turn around. Hey, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day things turn around. Just like you said the day before, when you swore no more, no more, no. Just like so many times before, when you swore no more, no more, no. So what does that make you now? Are you meaning this time? For real this time? One last time, but not today. Not today, but tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. Things turn around. Things turn around.
That is the Ember Close, and it is Tomorrow's the Day. Tomorrow's the day that things turn around. I love his voice. So we are going to go back to Martin from the Ember Glows. He joins us here on our big program. So Tomorrow's the Day is the track that we just heard. By the way, your voice is fantastic in that song. It kind of, for whatever reason, gave me Jim Morrison vibes. I don't know why. But who knows? Tell us about this song, man.
This guitar that handled bass line. I had very kind of and it kind of feels it's like what would Iggy Raw Power kind of thing. That's like kind of that a lot, and it was the good pause because I
no you're good you're good. Right. How do people buy the music?
There's been with the Ember Glows. That's all you need to search, and then you're gonna find, and also. For those who prefer a physical copy, this latest EP called "Where Spirits," also naturally with having some people have fans in this some you buy at shows also that you get a little.
And I think people like the cover and all that.
Then for this we're also happy to last wait and illustrate song. This open did draw a unique illustration for the. I don't know how they left it, but that was kind of a neat thing. Very interesting scene because there's a lot of original stuff, like Multis, which is nice and original. There's people who have known ravers of new wave synth, punk, that's a world because then you'll know some. So it's not also eventually you'll.
I go to another track here. Okay. You played. Tell me.
You remember when I was actually a bit particular because reality hits us hard, and we need to hear what is history. And that's interesting because I wanted start with a song with chorus without a structure or the lines. Because people will make up their lines.
Well, we are put you hold. We're in a big program.
Upside down, where the nameless walk the ground. Behold the mirror, behold the mirror. Unheard spirits call, where empires wait to fall. We're stuck on that page, where nations come of age. Face the mirror, and face the mirror. Battles on the rise, old country children hide. Far from home and earthborn, warriors die on frozen floors. Then haunt the mirror, then haunt the mirror. Suburbs crawl where rivers once ran. The nation says live on streets across the land. One lost romance as warriors sweat and dance and break the mirror and we crack. Country right or wrong, clear your conscience in a protest song. Plant your flags upside down, where a stolen child's ghost haunts the ground.
That is the Ember Glows, and that is that. We are going to finish things up here with our guest, and then we are back live with our guest, and the track is another amazing song. What do you guys have next coming up as far as music or releases or tours or anything?
Oh, Ryan, just before I proceed, I just wanted to add one last thing about the previous song. Because I think that all four of us, everybody just brought their A game. Everybody's at the top of their game. Like, so as a band, we really gelled on that one, and I think it shows we're tight-knit, so the energy, in my opinion. That's when we show up, believe it or not, on those underground here, where they know any of those raps is out of Frisco. Wait, so it's cool. It'll be very for issues. Bring your own food or thing. Like, almost fun. There's things less feel to like come up with new material for the coming year, and then as for the next year, we'd love to look to summer festivals that were on our agenda. You need to prepare for like so early in advance.
Yes.
You wait for it's too late, no?
That is the thing. I know this, and I got into doing, concerts and shows.
I didn't know you.
Oh my God, this.
You're in this, right?
I am unfortunately in Kansas. Yes. Well, for instance, we have a thing called the Kansas State Fair. And we'll do it every September. It's Dukes, and they're done. They're done here. So,
I'm not surprised. That's the way it goes. I mean, especially after not everybody's eager to play, everybody's eager to more time. You need to be on the ball and not just sit back. Oh, we're doing well, and well now, we're somewhere. You have to push for a new project. Where otherwise.
Yes, and you've got to be on your. It definitely is something. So I guess put your music and
well, Camp, the Ember Clothes, we're also available on music. That's in a Worms there. We got up with on reasons, so we're all with what we're doing.
Well, that is either friend.
I think it's all.
Yourself a wonderful day, friend.
All right, cheers.
So we're gonna do going to. Skype's got a keyboard behind it nowadays. So good on you for having a dang keyboard behind you. Tell me a little, you go here, my friend.
I live in the UK. Listener, I was now. I just finished fifth album.
That's up. I just find that fascinating.
Well, we were both years. Eventually we started writing, and it seemed to click straight away. We've got slightly different musical tastes, but we hit it off straight.
At some stage of the game,
we don't go to just let go into.
We were taught. I don't know how this got started, but I've loved this quote and I use it all the time. Women. Over the let's see, besides Jiggy, I had a show. I was viewing politicians. I've been all just crazy. It's so much. We and I know but I years ago Colorado Springs, Highlander there, and I had to go in Paul. So we went and interviewed Adrian Paul.
Tell me, is that
money, and they need your help.